Here's a good one. Should I kick my neighbor's ass?
Yes.
Yes. Generally speaking,
We're going to go with yes.
Hey, Bill, love the
Is
podcast.
that what time it is?
No,
Damn.
that's East Coast.
Oh, okay.
That's why people bitch. Where the fuck is a podcast? I need some advice on what to do about this guy who lives in a few houses down from me. I'm a third-year college student, and I live at home. My parents moved to go live in the state above mine, north, and I currently reside alone while they are trying to sell the house. A few months ago, I was driving home coming back from a gym, and while I was driving in my neighborhood, I saw this guy step in the middle of the road about 20 yards from my car. He was yelling something at me, but I couldn't hear what he was saying. I slowed down and stopped my car right in front of him, and he came to my window and told me to get out. I was totally confused and thought I ran over his cat or something. Also, I think he just moved in because I'd never seen the dude in my life. So I rolled down the window and asked, "What did you say?" He goes, "I'm going to kick your fucking ass. Get out of the car." This guy's probably in his 40s and has to be around 5'10". Is this me? 250 pounds, that's not me. No. I'm 21, 6'3", 200. I do CrossFit and I wrestle occasionally at another gym I go to. So I get out of the car and I'm standing there trying to figure out what the hell is going on. The guy starts moving towards me, so I take the initiative and take a step towards him. We end up being an inch from each other, and he's trying to do some alpha male shit by just staring at me. But I have the height advantage, so I'm looking down at him. At least 10 seconds go by before the guy goes, "How fast do you think you were going back there?" I say, "I don't know, probably around 30. The speed limit in my neighborhood is 20, and I know I wasn't going that much over it. Then he goes, "I'm not going to have my children playing in the yard if I know assholes like you are driving like that in the neighborhood." After he said that, I saw his wife and son were a little off to the side of the road. Once the word asshole left his mouth, I was fucking pissed. I wanted to just tackle the dick and put him to sleep in front of his wife and kid to teach him a lesson. But I pussied out and just apologized to him and said that I was really sorry and it wouldn't happen again. The guy then gives me a fucking little smirk and turns around and says, while walking away with his back turned, "It better not, or you know what will happen."
Oh, yeah.
I gotta fucking walk
Yeah.
away.
You definitely should have kicked his ass.
Fucking cunt.
You should have kicked his ass. Yeah.
What a fuck. Do you realize
Yeah.
do you realize what this kid did? He's such a fucking gentleman. He could have kicked the fucking shit out of this
Yeah.
guy. He saw his wife and kid there. It would have been emasculating. His
Yep.
dad is Superman. He sits there. You know what it is? It's that little smirk.
Yeah.
That fucking smirk. I bet that cunt steals from work.
Yeah.
I bet he does. Sorry, dude. That's the first time. I literally had to walk away. You fucking cunt.
Yeah, you should have kicked that guy's ass. But it's a good. I
know,
suppose it's good that you didn't do it, but because you were
this
the
is-
bigger person, as they say. But he definitely has it coming.
Then he writes, "Now after that shit, I wanted to explode. I mean, the guy totally disrespected me, so I get in my car and drive off. End of story, wrong. I couldn't get this fucking guy out of my head. Dude, I can't get it out of my head. I'm going to actually fantasize that I was there and he did that, what I would want to do. You know what I would fucking do? I would wait till he was alone. Don't do this shit. Don't do this. But I know what you just want to get the guy alone and be like, "Hey, what are you going to do now? Huh? What are you going to do now?" You just get right in his fucking grill and have him back down.
Yeah.
Or I would almost just say to the guy, say, "Hey, listen, man, just call him over to the car and just say, listen, I just wanted you to know the other day that if I wanted to, I could have fucking stuffed you in my trunk, tied you up like a fucking pretzel, and ass raped you in front of your fucking wife. But I chose not to, okay? Because I didn't want your son to know what a little fucking, I can't say it, pussy
Yeah.
he has for it. That wouldn't have been homophobic either. I wouldn't even be talking about gay people. That's such a fucking pussy move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if for some reason, but no, then that's what you say. Maybe do it like Columbo. Just say, "Listen, man, I got to ask you something. Because I'm 6'3", I CrossFit, I wrestle, okay? And just looking at you, I know I could tie you into a pretzel. I know I could do it if I wanted to. But the confidence you had, I just want to know, what is your background? You know? Because, I'm a real competitive guy. If you got some sort of martial arts training, I would love to have you. Why don't you come down to the gym sometime when your wife and kid aren't there so I don't have to feel guilty when I fuck you up and close both your eyes with this one and his friend over here."
What does the rest of the thing say?
I don't even need to read it.
But it's not over though.
I know, because what's happening now, this is what happens when you do the right thing in life, okay? When, it eats away at you. You have to make peace You have to make peace, and you got to tell yourself the lie that someday this guy's going to get his. And you know what? He doesn't. Guys like this don't get theirs. Oh, that smirk. This kid really painted a fucking picture. This is driving me nuts. He goes, I couldn't get this guy out of my head. A week went by, and I was still thinking about that asshole. Dude, I would think about this guy 20 years from now. 2 weeks later, I was driving home from school, and I see the guy rolling his garbage can out to the curb. I slow down to fucking under 20. And I know this because I look down at my speedometer. I pretend to stare the guy down, so I look at him, and he looks at me and yells, slow down! Wow. Now, when he said that, I am fucking raging. I wanted to stop my car and do some ground and pound on his face. Yeah, this kid knows what he's doing. This isn't wrestling. Like, this kid's doing UFC shit. But did I? No. I just drove off like a fag. The next day, I talked to my friend about it, about what had happened, and he said that this guy said the same shit to him. If he said it, he would have put him on his ass. I know. Dude, you know what I would have done? He told me that if he says he's going to kick your ass, then that's a threat so you can defend yourself. Don't listen to your dumb friend. He's saying you won't get arrested. So a few months have passed, and I'm still thinking about this asshole every time I drive by his house. Fast forward to yesterday, and I'm biking in my neighborhood, listen to an IHOP, and I hear a honk from behind me. So I pull my bike over to the side of the road, and it's none other than the same dude in his Ford F-150 driving along, and he looks at me and gives me the middle fucking finger.
Wow.
Now, granted, I was in the middle of the road and didn't hear the guy coming because I was listening to music, but still the middle finger. So I bike home, take a shower, and try to convince myself to walk over to the dude's house and confront him. But after a couple minutes of pacing, I just decide to wait it out until the asshole does one more thing. I mean, I don't want to get arrested. So my question is, what the hell should I do? I mean, every time I drive by this guy's house now, I want to fucking veer off the road and ram my car into the middle of his living room. Any advice would be good. All of my friends think I should go over there, but I want a second opinion. You can't do anything to this guy.
Unless he puts his hands on you
Unless he
first.
puts his hands on you. This is just one of these
anything.
things. But you can do to him what he's doing to you. This guy has an insane temper. So, you know, I'm not advocating legally, so you don't do this, but, like, I don't know what I would, next time, you know, if you see him out in the yard or something, this is what you do. I have a great idea. Do you have any friends who are really good mechanically? Why don't you take your credit card out, go down to the fucking auto store or whatever, or go online and buy like one of those fucking train horns and have it installed in your car. And next time you drive down the street, just be sort of zigzagging down the street just to get this guy to be fucking, you know, getting all like, oh, what the fuck? And the second he starts screaming, you lay on that fucking horn as loud as humanly possible and you blow out his eardrums. That's what I would. But then again, knowing a douche like this, he would say that I have permanent hearing damage.
You know what I think you should do? Maybe because I'm a female and I'm all about
Revenge. Okay.
Psychological warfare.
What should he do?
I think when the husband is not home, I don't know if he knows his schedule or whatever, he needs to go over there when the wife is at home and be like, listen, you know, I'm so sorry about that time that I was speeding. I really, you know, but your husband seems really upset. I'm really not trying to be like that. I would never do anything like that. And women are like, oh, no, because she knows her husband is a psycho. Right. And, like, I mean, she could turn around and be like, yeah, you shouldn't do that either. But I have a feeling she's not like that. And he can just go over and just make nice and be like the sweet kid that's helping out. And, oh, do you need me to take the barrels out?
He needs vengeance.
And then I feel like maybe that would fuck with the husband. And he's like sitting there sipping tea with the wife. And, oh, look who came over. He just wanted to apologize in person. And, you know, I don't know.
You know what's a great thing to do?
And then fuck the wife.
There you go. No. He should fuck his wife. He should fuck his wife.
He should play with his kid in the backyard, like toss the football around with him. Be more
that's
the big brother he never had.
You can't do. There's nothing like just start giving him the finger. Listen, this is the deal. All you got to do is just give him the finger. Give him the finger right back, because this guy thinks you're a bitch right now. So all you got to do is, you know, you can just yell back. Just say, you know, just give him the finger. Yell back at him. When he's in the driveway, I would like swerve at him. And then swerve back. Just fuck with the guy. Just do that once, because the next time you might have like a video camera. But I just don't want to get any. I don't get any. You know what? If I was in that situation, dude, you know what I would do?
Yeah. Oh, Monday morning quarterback.
Look, when I was in that situation with that other guy, right?
Yeah.
At the last place we lived, and I didn't fuck with him because he was an old guy. I just didn't fuck with him, and now we found out he has dementia and all this shit. So I'm psyched. I never yelled at the guy. You know what you do now? You know what really diffuses angry guys like that or makes them even more angry is just laugh at them. Just keep laughing at them. Laugh at them, give them the finger, and just keep calling them tough guy. All right there, tough guy. Anything, you just keep calling them anything that is remotely, all right there, Chuck Norris, anything you want to say to this guy that will bait him into hitting you. This is a great question, and I don't want to get in trouble if some shit goes down. So you shouldn't do anything, sir, wink, wink, wink. This guy's such a dick. I always say, fucking with somebody's car is like a pussy move, but this guy's such a dick, and he has like such a... Oh, my God. Dude, how many times have you thought about just choke slamming that guy right into the hood of your car repeatedly?
When you said, I can stuff you into my trunk, bend you like a pretzel, and ass rape you in front of your wife.
No, but if you just said it really calmly, if you said it calmly with sort of a smile on your face, you come off like a fucking maniac.
Yeah, that's true.
If you scream that at somebody, you just sound like you're quoting, like, Hulk Hogan or something, right?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, brother. Come this Saturday. I'm going to bend you into a pretzel and ass rape you. All right, can't get laid. Bill, I'm a huge fan. I listen to all your podcasts and stand-up. Now that I'm done sucking your dick, I love how you guys just can't give me a fucking compliment, and then you feel all uncomfortable because you actually enjoy the fucking podcast. Just be a man and give me a goddamn compliment. Done sucking your dick. You're uncomfortable. I'm not uncomfortable. I enjoy the praise. He says, I need some advice. I'm starting my sophomore year of college, and I've never been more depressed. My high school girlfriend broke up with me shortly after graduation, and I haven't gotten laid since. It's not like I stay in my room all day. I have friends and I go to parties at least once a week. And even though I never enjoy myself, I just can't get a girl to be interested in me. I also have no idea what I want to do after college, and so I have no motivation to apply myself. The only reason I haven't dropped out is because my parents, who are paying thousands and thousands of dollars, I don't drop out so they won't be disappointed. I work out every day and I try to stay busy, but most of the time I just feel terrible. I'm hoping you have some advice for me. If not, go fuck yourself. And if you do, thanks, and go fuck yourself. All right. You obviously have a sense of humor. What would my advice be? You know what? I think you're trying too hard. All right? There's no reason to go to a party and not have a good time. Just go there and enjoy yourself. Don't worry about talking to women. Don't worry about trying to get laid. Just have a good time. Just enjoy yourself. Just go out in life and just fucking enjoy yourself. Okay? People are attractive to positive energy and somebody having a good time. It makes them want to be around you, and next thing you know, somebody's blowing you. I don't understand why the universe works that way, but it does. I know I am overly simplifying this, but, it's good that you know that you're depressed. I was depressed for about 20 years and didn't realize it because I was so used to feeling that way. I thought it was just the normal, just the normal state of things. I got to tell you this, dude. You are going to get a girlfriend, and you're going to find love, and you're going to get married, okay? But I got to tell you, there's a fucking misery that comes to that life, all right? There's a great thing, but there's also a misery, and she feels it fucking too, and that's a part of you, the individual you dies. So right now, dude, the 40-year-old you is going to look back at if the 40-year-old you could get in a time machine and sit down with you right now and give you a fucking pregame speech before you went to that party? I mean, that would be like Scared Straight. He'd be right in your face. You have any idea what it's like to get up at 5 in the morning and change a shitty diaper? You get to sleep 10 hours a fucking day. You can't put a smile on your face when you go to a fucking party. Single, you could fuck anything that walks. You go down to that 7-Eleven. Look at me! You go down to that 7-Eleven, you get yourself a box of fucking condoms. You stick one in your pocket. Prepare for success. You iron your goddamn shirt, you get down there, you have a good fucking time. All right? You're only going to be this age once. You say something like that. All right? I'm telling you. You're only going to be this age once. You're in college, dude. You are at it's like you won the NBA draft lottery. Women there are in the prime of their fucking life. Most of them are fucking single. It's going to happen for you. But if you're walking around and you're depressed and you're carrying that with you, if you're moping around like that makes people fucking, not want to be around you. So I would say drinking's probably not a good thing because that is a depressant. So scratch that. I can't even remember if I fucking told you to have a couple of beers. I wouldn't do that. I would just fucking enjoy yourself. I almost, you know what I would do? I would go do some shit for you. Fuck trying to get a girlfriend. Fuck trying to get laid. Fuck all of that. Just go out and, what do you want to do? If you don't know what you want to do, go out and go try a bunch of different things and have a good time. Dude, you're single. Okay? You don't have to fucking deal with trying to figure out what's going to make them happy. Okay? Because as far as I can fucking tell, there isn't anything that's going to make them happy for longer than maybe a day. The amount of shit that you can do for them, and as you can tell, she's a couple of rooms away. The amount of shit that you can fucking do for them, and all it does is buy you a couple of days of happiness, is just fucking baffling. And I got to be honest with you. A lot of women look at it, guys, and they think that we're fucking stupid. And I think part of it is because they have the way their brain works, that multitasking, whatever it is, that shit talk that they always say, that women can multitask and guys can't. Well, I would say, generally speaking, this is very general, I think men have an advantage when it comes to just being happy. You know what I mean? Like, you would know it from my podcast and the way I talk and shit, but I'm happy as hell, and I've been happy for a long fucking time. All I need, dude, this is all I fucking need. The NFL package. I got a 6 of fucking Millers in my goddamn refrigerator. I got a new pair of sneakers or just some stupid bullshit like that. I order a fucking pizza. That's all I need. I'm happy the whole fucking day. I go on a hike with my dog in the morning. That's it. I'm good. Simple, stupid shit. Keeps me as a guy entertained. I don't have their high-level brain that they're always talking about, and their ability. I can do 1,000 fucking things. Yeah, look at you. You're miserable. You're fucking miserable. So, I'm telling you, dude, you don't realize it, but where you are right now, dude, is you are in an absolute utopia. Do you know how many fucking guys right now would kill to be in your position? They'd even take 2 years of not getting laid. Who gives a fuck? Rub one out. Get on with your goddamn day. Get on with your fucking day of being single, not having to answer to anybody, and having the option of hitting on any beautiful woman that catches your eye. Take a trip anytime you fucking want. Go wherever you want to go. Do whatever the fuck. Dude, you're never going to get... And your parents are paying for your fucking education, dude. You're never going to be freer. All right? So start looking at your life that way. And I'm telling you, you're going to have a different fucking vibe. And and I'll tell you right now, you start doing that, good things are going to happen in the National Football League. No, I'm serious, dude. Something good is going to happen. But there will be a time in your fucking life, I'm telling you, where you will be married, you'll have kids, and you'll do that whole fucking thing. And that will be its own sort of utopia. But it's I don't know, dude, it's a beautiful, selfish time in your life that you should embrace. And you should not spend it feeling bad about yourself. All right? So there you go. Good luck to you. All in. Dear Billy Brainfart, back in December 2012, I was enlisted in the United States Air Force. Off we go into the wild blue yonder, flying high into the sky. Yeah, we dive. That's all I know. Because that's all they play in the movies, right? That's just the credits. Nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force. How about a stronger Air Force? I'll tell you right now, they won the championship, they feel like they're unstoppable, and that's the kind of thing that ends up getting you shot down out of the sky. You have to feel the weak side pressure of the third world countries. I mean, planes are disappearing. Who's to say that these people don't have these things? All right, despite being engaged, wait a second. I got engaged, oh yeah, the guy joins the fucking Air Force, all right? He enlisted. I got engaged to what I thought was the lady of my dreams. Life was good. Unfortunately, I got stationed out of state and had to move. Despite being engaged, she opted to stay behind in what was supposed to be temporary. We managed to keep the spark alive for some time until she lost the engagement ring in April 2013. All right, let's stop right there. Guys are morons, and a man can lose a fucking ring. All right? The only way a woman can lose a ring is if she's cleaning it near a sink. Okay? And she doesn't understand plumbing and then later turns on the water and sends it through the J-trap. All right? He's got to feel the weak side pressure on the J-trap on fourth down situations. When a woman loses a ring, you got to understand, like, that's so many of them. That's the thing. The ring. They get the fucking sticking under their fucking girlfriends' noses. Yeah, bitch. Yeah. Right? They live for that. That's like you getting a game-worn jersey. All right, so she lost the fucking engagement ring. Wow. Eventually, things spiraled out of control, and she left me in June of 2013 saying I deserved better. All right, well, that means either she doesn't love herself, and, like, when I saying that you deserve better, what I would immediately think is that if a woman ever said that to me, that's like, all right, you fucked around on me, and how many times? Anyways, this put me in a huge state of depression, to which I credit your podcast for helping me out. Thank you. You're welcome. Come to find out, she banged 4 different guys from June to August. There you go. And those are just the ones she admitted to. Okay? That's like when you come home buzzed or drunk in high school and your parents go, how many beers have you had? What do you say? 2. If you're really shit-faced, you'll say 4. And she said 4. So what does that mean? She had a 12-pack of dick. All right, in August, she came back into my life after she said she too went through a depression. She was living even further away now, but still wanted to try and make things work some type of way. Finally, February of this year, I got the chance we were waiting on. I went house hunting. Ooh, Jesus, dude, what are you doing? Where she lived in an attempt to make things right. Come to find out, she had been banging a married guy with kids and also talking to someone else while telling me she wanted me. I confronted her, and she basically said, all I'll ever be to her is a fucking FaceTime friend. What? You confronted her, and she said all I'll ever be to her is a fucking FaceTime friend. A week ago, she called me, and now she wants to be friends again. I love this girl. That is your problem, sir. That is the only reason why you're writing me, because everything you're saying, this is a joke, your decision. He goes, I love this girl very much despite what she's done to me, kind of like eating sugar. It's good, but it fucks you in the long run. My question to you is, do I throw all my chips in this time, or do I fold? And yes, I'm probably an idiot. Either way, thanks for the laughs, and go fuck yourself. P.S. Do a show in Mississippi already. Jesus Christ, Bill. That's on my bucket list. I'm going to do one down there. All right, here's the deal, dude. This is the deal. Your heart is clouding your brain right now, all right? And here's a great expression that somebody said that their therapist told them one time. They said, I don't let chaos live in my life, all right? This is the deal, okay? She has come from some sort of unhealthy fucking background where she feels that, she's got some sort of low self-esteem thing, I'm guessing. She just thinks that she's a piece of shit and probably doesn't deserve a great guy like you. So she deliberately went out and sabotaged it, probably because she's used to being around a bunch of dysfunctional fucking people. So when she actually found somebody outside of her wheelhouse, she ran back to the comfort of that dysfunctional horse shit. All right? That is not your fucking problem. Okay? When you're trying to find the person that you're supposed to fucking be with, you have to find somebody that is as right as rain. All right? That's why you ask the questions. Are your parents still together? What is your relationship? Like, all the red flags. Both for men and women, listen to this thing, okay? If they have issues with their fucking parents and they don't fucking speak to them and they have a lot of anger issues towards their family, fucking walk. Walk. All right? If you're young, you're drafting in the first round, okay? Okay? That's the Des Bryant pick. Like fucking Bill Belichick. He passed on that one. And everyone's like, dude, what are you talking about? That's a fucking 10. And look at him. Not saying the dude isn't a 10. Not saying he's not a world-class fucking athlete. But all the baggage that comes with that horseshit. You got to look at it like that. So what you need to do is, all right, you want to compare it to sugar? You want to get over your sugar addiction? Just go cold turkey. All right? 6 days fucking in. Okay? You're going to start to turn, and you're going to be looking at candy and cake and pies going, why the fuck would I ever eat that? Because it's out of your system. And that's how you're going to look at her. Why the fuck would I ever eat that? Yeah. Dude, that's not the mother of your kids, man. That right there is a Hank Williams song waiting to be written if you marry her and you have kids with her. All right? I mean, dude, that's the kind of woman that could turn you into a fucking alcoholic. You need to walk away. All right? And you know what? You live in Mississippi, so you understood that fucking Hank Williams reference. All right? Walk away and stay single for a while until you get that craving out of you. Because it's not fair for you to get into another relationship with that shit there. And you probably wonder, Bill, how do you know all this shit? Because I'm a fucking piece of shit, and I've been, like, all of these questions, I've been both people. I've been the person that fucked around. I've been the person that got fucked around on. I've made horrible fucking decisions and all of that shit. And it wasn't until I finally fucking decided to, stop surrounding myself with fucking people that reminded me of people that I grew up with. And actually tried to create a winning culture in the locker room. So that's what you need to do. You need to draft character first. All right? There's plenty of beautiful women that came from wonderful families. And that's the one, that's the keeper. All right? I know what the sugar, okay? A woman like this is fucking your brains out. I know she is, okay? And that's the sugar right there, okay? So you got to let that go. All right? Here's the deal. Next time you're thinking about calling her, rub one out. I'm dead serious. Fucking rub one out. And the second you're done, I bet as you're orgasming, you're gonna be like, oh, thank God I didn't call her. That's what's gonna happen. All right, and remember that thought. Okay, X won't sell house. Dear Bill, big fan. Met you in Jacksonville a while back. I have a quick question for you. My ex-fiance and I were together for 4.5 years. Why the fuck did you buy a house with somebody you're not married to? All right, that doesn't help you. But for anybody listening, do not buy a house. Do not live with somebody you're not going to marry. Do not buy a house with somebody if you're not married. Don't do that shit. Anyways, during the relationship, she remained loyal while I was deployed to the Middle East, and upon my return, I used my saved-up money to buy a house with her near the beach. Oh, my God, if this fucking woman is going to somehow make a claim to your house that you bought with your serving for our country, putting your life on the line money, this would be a new level of whoredom. Is that a new word? I think whoredom. All right. That might not even be, I know it's a new word, but that might not be the proper usage of it already, which would be very apropos for the type of fucking moron I am. All right, hang on a second. Where the hell am I? Okay, it was her dream house, and I felt that if the deployment didn't ruin us, that nothing would. Well, I was wrong. We decided to split, and I tried to be amicable. Did I say that right? And let her keep the house if she could pay me the closing costs of about $8,000. This is what guys do. They just want to cut bait and fucking leave. Women got that fucking, they burrow in. She agreed. All right. Why did you do that? She agreed, and you bought the fucking house. Did she kick in for it? Maybe I'm being too hard on her. I don't know. She agreed, and I moved back home to New Jersey to start a new life. It's been nearly a year, and she has stalled every effort to get this resolved. When a contract was finally in place, she decided it needed some amendments to protect herself that basically left me with less money than we agreed and getting her a house worth $150,000 for $8,000. Dude, I swear to fucking God, if I read one more of these fucking stories, all right, if you're some fucking woman, all right, and you host one of these shows where you're always talking about the shit that men do, how about you balance it out? The way I balanced it out saying that Lucic did a piece of shit fucking move. Why don't you bring this shit up? This is ridiculous. He goes, I threw out the contract and contacted a realtor to list the house. There you go. She's refused to sell, and her name is on the title because I'm a fucking idiot. Long story short, after I threatened a lawsuit, a mysterious man who called himself a family friend emailed me and asked to act as the facilitator for the deal between the two of us. My ex, dude, don't give in to that. My ex has not been involved since, and this guy is a real cunt who is only out for her. My cousin, who is a lawyer, is guiding me through the process, but I need some advice from you on how to resolve this issue. I just found out that the family friend is my new ex's new boyfriend. I could have told you that. My question is, how do I let them know that I know? I'm like a serial killer who needs to be caught. What? I'm like a serial killer who needs to be caught her man. Caught here, man? What? typo there. I can't resist them thinking I don't, I guess, know anymore. I thought a nice joke about her having herpes would be a good start. I joked that she was too selfish to even give me that. Any feedback or advice on the podcast would really be appreciated. I usually say cut bait, but fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. You have two options here, and I don't want to tell you what the second one is. The first one is, well, you have three. Fight this, which I would. Walk away from it, which I wouldn't. And number three would involve a convenient accident that happened to the house. But even then she'd probably fight you for the, they'd figure out you started the fire. I shouldn't even brought that up. Listen, this is what you got to do. You just got to accept the fact that you're in for a long fight here and that lawyers are going to get most of the money, but that bitch is not going to get the house. Now, to go that route, oh, God, I don't want to tell you to quit. But my world, I would just be like, look, you want $150,000 fucking dollar house, just take the fucking house. Free and clear. It costs you $150,000 to get rid of this fucking devil woman that's going to take that new guy down. She's going to take that guy down. Granted, I only heard your side of the story. All right, and I'm taking this as the truth. And if this is the truth, that's not, you don't want that devil woman in your fucking life. That is some evil fucking shit. Okay, I got to walk away from this story because it's actually making me fucking mad, and I don't have a dog in the fight here. What I'm doing is I am inserting myself into the story, who I would be in this fucking story. Oof. Oh, Jesus, dude. You're young. Get into the best shape of your life. Hit on women out of your fucking league, and then treat her like a fucking queen. Marry her, and then walk by this bitch someday on the street. That's what I would do. All right. Oh, you fucking cunt. Girlfriend cheating on her diet. What up, Billy Redknob?
I already don't like this person.
Why? You don't like that delivery?
No, that's actually pretty funny. Girlfriend cheating, ... on her diet.
On her diet? That sounds like a gay guy wrote that. On her diet.
Ridiculous.
Scandalous. I'm 27 years old and have a girlfriend of 6 years whom I live with. When we first got together, she had a sexy, athletic body. That all changed last year when she got promoted and started working long hours in a high-stress position. She began smoking weed almost every night, claiming it helped her relax after a hard day's work.
Yeah, man.
She also started eating like shit, lots of fast food, larger portions, etc. She's probably 60 to 70 pounds heavier than when we first met. And on her 5'3" frame, it fucking shows, man. After ignoring my subtle, that would show in a 6-foot frame. After ignoring my
probably 60 to 70 pounds heavier.
After ignoring my subtle hints for the last year, I finally sat her down last month and said enough is enough. She needs to make an effort to get healthier. I did everything to support her in losing weight. I paid for an expensive supplement program that her coworkers recommended. I started making her healthy lunches every day to take to work. When she'd get home from work, I'd have a healthy dinner ready for her on the table. I even paid for a new gym membership and bought her a new bicycle. Today, I found a hidden cache of fast food wrappers in the garage. This led me to look at her bank statements from the last month. She's been picking up fast food on her way home from work nearly every day since we talked. This sounds like a Biggest Loser story. Not only that, she'd also buy fast food at lunches sometimes too, suggesting that she was tossing the lunches I made her in the trash. This really pissed me off. I'm a guy who takes care of my body and want a woman who does the same. She's only 24 and hasn't had children. She shouldn't have a beer gut, jowls, and saggy tits. You were so in the pocket. You were so in the pocket.
I want to fucking take your computer and throw it out the goddamn window. Can you please finish the rest of this so I can go off on this asshole? Please, just finish it, because I swear to fucking God. I swear to God.
I think he's making a lot of good points.
Oh my God.
The fact that I spent...
Oh my God.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
and don't scream too close to the computer. I can't use a mixer this week. The fact that I spent all this money and effort on her only to have her sabotage it and hide it from me makes me seriously call our relationship into question. What would you do in my situation? Oh my God, Nia's taking off her shoes.
Oh my God. You know what? You know what? You
Hey,
shallow.
we have to be quiet.
I know. And you know what? You shallow, just bullshit fucking asshole guy who wrote this letter. Let me explain something to you right now. You think you care about her health? You don't care about her health. You certainly don't care about her state of mind. All you care about is whether or not your girlfriend's hot enough. What, for you, for your friends, for society? You don't give a shit. You said yourself, she's got this job, she's stressed out, and so she's stress eating. That's what a lot of people do, okay? And you're sitting here, you seem like you were well-intentioned, right? But now, it seems like you're just being fucking shallow because you don't care. You don't care about anything that's going on inside of her, physically or mentally or emotionally. All you care about is what she looks like. And now you're mad because she's like hiding it from you and you're calling into question her relationship. You've been with her for 6 years and you're going to call into question her relationship, how she feels about you because she's going through something emotional. Why don't you talk to her about how she feels instead of trying to put a band-aid on the problem and making it seem like you care when you obviously don't give a shit, okay? You're a shallow, superficial douchebag, and she should dump your ass and get hot, even hotter than when. And she's 24 minutes.
Wait a minute. Time out. Now, how would she go about getting even hotter? By losing 60 to 70 pounds?
No, you know what? She could get hotter by finding a guy who's making more money and who's nicer and like just a better person.
So she should become a gold-digging fat whore?
No.
Wait a minute. Now listen. Here's the deal.
Forget her even.
Time out. You're being too hot. I'm gonna tell you right now.
She should just dump you.
No. Yeah, you're being.
You mean she had a better body when she was a teenager than she was when she started to get into like her midlife? What a surprise! That's unbelievable. That happens.
Oh my God.
When people get older and have like grown-up responsibilities, that's really crazy how that happens.
Sir, you hit the. Listen.
And you've got what, like a six-pack and a full head of hair, and you're just like the hottest guy ever, right? And that's not going to change for you maybe in 10 years if you go through something and you're having a hard time, and the person that you supposedly love and cares about you and has been with you for 6 years just decides to toss you aside because you gained some weight. Fuck you.
Wait a minute. Okay, time out. Can I defend this guy a little bit here?
Of course, sure. That's what you do. You defend the assholes who write into you. So go ahead.
Well, yeah, I can't bite the hand that feeds. No, I'm not defending this guy just to defend this guy. Okay, first of all, you're ignoring the fact that this guy, he sat down with her in a nice way. Okay, in a caring way. Nia, to be 5'3" and put on 60 to 70 pounds, you're setting yourself up for heart disease, and you're going to die. And this guy, she hasn't even had kids yet. Okay, time out. And she has to go through all of that, which you know, Nia, okay, that's already hard enough as it. She's only 24 years old. You should not be 60 to 70 pounds. Nia, 30 pounds overweight is obese. This girl is 2 times, on her way to 3 times. At 24, she's blowing out her body, and she's never going to be in shape again. And she's going to live a miserable fucking life, a very difficult life because of it. She's going to blow out her knees. I'm telling you, all of this shit is going to come. And this guy, he did not sit down and say, hey, you used to be hot, and now you're not. He said, time out. No, he isn't. Time out. He sat down with her like an adult and said that basically, I'm concerned about you. You know, we said I love you. I'm concerned about you. I want to help you get healthier. This guy is making lunches for her. He's paying for a gym. He's doing all of this stuff. And in the end, when he's trying to help her out, and then she's going behind his back, eating, which she's doing it out of a shame thing, he felt betrayed, and then the anger comes out, and then that's when he says beer gut jowls and saggy tits. Okay, now this is the thing there. Like,
it's unnecessary for him to put it like, I understand what you're saying. Okay?
Well, he has to, because he can't say that to her, and he has to get his anger out, or he has to make a fucking joke. He has to do something. And this guy's also 27 years old. He says he keeps himself in fucking shape, which, you know something? That's not fair to your partner. It's not fair to your partner to go out and put on that kind of weight, okay?
She's 24 years old, though. She can bounce back. It's not like she's 44. She's 24. Okay, it's hard to lose that kind of weight, of course, but she can do it. But I'm just saying, why can't he be more emotional? He's doing all this stuff where you do all the physical stuff, but he seems like he's incapable of being emotionally supportive to her.
What are you talking about? He was in the beginning. He did this. What he's doing in the end is he's talking to me, guy to guy. She's 24 years old, hasn't even had kids. She shouldn't have a beer gut jowls and saggy tits. You know what? He's coming at her like a football coach.
Well, she doesn't need a football coach.
He didn't say it to her. He didn't say it to her. He said it to me.
Suggesting she was tossing the lunches I made her in the trash.
Yeah.
Who knows? She might have just.
She's probably eating them both.
She's probably eating them both.
Right. What would you do in my situation? That help this fucking guy out. He seems like he's keeping himself in shape. He's actually a great boyfriend. If he was a dick, he would have said, I'm breaking up with you because you have a beer gut and jowls. He didn't. He tried to help her with the fucking problem. Guys, problem solve, okay? Help this guy connect with her emotionally. So, I mean, look, she's got this high-stress fucking job, but, like, at some point, you know, you got to settle into the stress of your job or you have to get a new fucking job, but this is what it's doing to you. All right? And yeah, I got to tell you, you get 60 to 70 pounds overweight at 24 fucking years of age, what's going to happen at 34? And yeah, that is a legitimate question. It's a legitimate question because that weight thing is, you know, it starts happening. People die, Nia. Not to bring up a bad fucking subject.
Yeah, you're kind of like taking it to the extreme, though. I mean,
but Nia, if you're going to think about being with somebody for the rest of their life, you're going to have kids with this person. They're already this much overweight. They're not going to be there. They're not going to fucking be there.
All right, fine. Maybe I went too far when I was calling him an asshole and all that kind of stuff, man.
I think you had a normal reaction because
it's that last thing. You know what I mean? Because you know what, you're right. Everything that he says he's doing in terms of making her healthy meals and buying her a bike and the gym membership, that's all well and good. And maybe this is the part about men and women that's difficult because yes, you guys try to problem solve. You don't try to connect on an emotional level and say like,
no, you bury the emotions,
right?
And you go to the gym.
Exactly. Where it sounds like what she needs to blow off steam, and a lot of people do. They eat, they drink, they smoke weed, they do other drugs. This is how they cope. These are how people cope.
That's another thing. She starts
skills.
using fucking I mean, alcohol's a drug, but now she's
weed, and that increases your hunger for most people like you wouldn't believe. So
right,
and you don't want a salad when you're high. You want pizza and cheeseburger and nachos.
Let me ask you this, Nia. Let me ask you this. Let's just say you're dating me. All right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've been going out for 2 years. I'm in great shape, and then all of a sudden, the stress of the road, I put on 60 to 70 pounds and start smoking weed. Now, you're going to tell me that you're not going to entertain breaking up with me. You're not going to sit there and be like, this is going to be the father of my kids. This is the person I'm going to spend my life with. This guy who's acting like he's in fucking Wayne's World and Uncle Buck all at the same time.
You know what? I honestly can't say that I would. If you all of a sudden that's all you were doing with yourself, and whenever you weren't on the road, you were just sitting around smoking weed and eating.
You know what? You're full of
like,
shit. If I came home, imagine my pasty, freckled torso with man tits,
right?
my fucking navel the size of a $50 now,
yeah,
smoking weed, and just sitting there fucking, you know, that's going to affect my sex drive. And now I'm getting on top of you.
Sweating all over me.
Yeah. You got to get on top of me. I look like I'm pregnant. I mean, give me a fucking break. Right? And then you're walking down the street and you're seeing all these other guys going to the gym. And you're in the prime of your fucking life.
Yeah.
And you're going to pick a mate for the rest of your fucking life. And I'm already looking like I've worked on Wall Street for 30 fucking years. You're not going to sit there and have any second thoughts. Come on, you.
I mean, I might not be as sexually attracted to you. That's for sure. But I wouldn't
stop.
Can you
just tear the Band-Aid off and just say what you're going to say?
But I wouldn't be like, I need to. That's the other
How would
thing
you
that I have
approach
problem.
me? How would you approach me?
No, but listen, the thing is, this is the
pounds.
problem. This is the problem that I have, especially with this whole letter. The fact that I spent all this money and effort on her, only to have her sabotage it and hide it from me, makes me seriously call our relationship into question. Why does that call your relationship into question?
Because she's being deceptive.
Yeah, because she's going through some emotional shit, but she's being deceptive about food. It's not like she's like cheating on it. She's like, you know what I mean?
I know she is.
For him to take it, to make it to seem like, you know, oh, or do you really not love me now? Because, you know, you're not following this diet that we agreed that you would follow. Like, that's not a fair comparison to make on somebody. Like, it's really not fair to do that.
No, is it fair to do what she's doing?
Well, she's not doing it against him. And as a way to hurt him.
I know she isn't.
So you can't say, is it fair for her to be doing that to him?
You know something? This is
not what
classic.
it's like.
But this is this classic fucking female thing. Where you guys are right when you're right, and you're right when you're wrong. Like, you're acting like,
you know. You think she's doing this to hurt him?
Well, why can't she be a little more mature and just say, like, listen, why can't she sit down with him and just level with him and let him know, just say, listen, I got to be honest with you. I know that you care about me. I know that you sat down and you had this conversation with me, and I know that I said I was going to do this and this and this, but I'm actually doing that, and I'm actually, not going to the gym, and I feel bad that you're wasting your money and all that, and you're taking all this time to make a lunch every morning. How loving is that he's doing that?
She should do that.
Yeah, all right then. She's not 100% free of guilt. The thing about it is, Nia, is that guys are guys, and we talk like guys, and guys just get to the fucking heart of the matter.
I don't like the fact what he said. He looked at her bank statements from last month. She's been picking up fast food on her way home for like nearly every day.
I gotta tell you, Nia, that's a chick thing to do. Go through somebody's email and snoop. He snooped.
It is. It's
Snoop.
It's,
And now
I
you
don't like that.
now you don't like that. Now what if a woman did it? You probably would
I
like
don't like.
it.
No, I don't. I hate when
She
people.
had a hunch.
No, I don't like
Because
when people
that's
check
what-
stuff. I have friends who check, and I don't think it's smart to do. I think it's ridiculous. And also, it's like, don't look, because you more than likely going to see something that you don't want to
Well,
see.
I'll be checking your emails later on today.
I have nothing to hide.
all
You
right,
can check
so-
all my emails.
All right, so what should he do in this situation?
Well, first of all, I should probably apologize for saying fuck you and calling you an asshole. But yeah, you should just sit down and have a talk with her and just say, I'm concerned about you and what's going on with you emotionally. Like, tell me what's going on.
How does he deal with
Maybe
when-
we can go
when-
for a walk after work and you can tell me about your day.
when he
You
brings up the fact that he snooped and looked at her bank
He
statements?
does not need to do that.
Well,
Don't do that.
let's just say he does, because at this point now his girlfriend can
Because she's
get
going to freak out.
and she can get a lot of weight behind those punches now.
You're such a dick.
Um,
No, he should just say, I'm worried about you because I feel like you're going through some stuff and I tried to help you, but maybe it's not enough. Do you want to talk to me? Do you want to talk to somebody else? How are you feeling? Because she probably feels
Now
shitty
what-
about
now-
herself.
now
She
what-
probably feels terrible about
what if she
herself.
goes-
She's gained that much weight. None of her clothes fit anymore. She knows how she looks. She probably feels absolutely terrible, and her one solace in
Or-
life is that she's got this boyfriend who's home and he cares about her and he loves her.
and she's abusing him.
That's
She's-
not
she's-
abuse. Don't
she-
throw that
she's-
word
she's-
around,
she's take-
Bill. That's
she's
a
taking-
strong word.
she's
Don't
take- she's-
don't do that.
she's taking
Abusing
advantage.
him.
She's
Stop
taking
it.
advantage of
Stop
him.
it.
She's taking advantage of their love.
She's not. You're making this. That's what I don't. That's what
But
I'm
you're
trying
also-
to get
but
you to
you- but you're
understand.
also-
She's not trying to hurt him by doing this. She's hurting
You
herself.
don't know her. You don't know her.
And you don't know him.
Exactly. So why are you right and I'm wrong?
I'm not saying I'm right. I'm giving you my opinion. Isn't that why I'm here?
You really have a beautiful profile. You know that.
Don't try to throw me
No,
off
I'm
with
serious.
that.
Anyways.
I appreciate that, but don't try to throw me off. All right.
That was a legitimate thought, but I was trying to throw you off a little bit. No, listen. If I just
Listen,
forgot the fuck I was going to say. No, 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 no.
70 pounds,
Go back,
it would be very hard for
Go
me.
back what we were just
That's
talking
true.
about.
We were
But this
saying,
thing, no, she probably feels bad for herself. She
Yeah.
probably blah, blah, blah. Hey,
Yeah.
here's something. What if she doesn't? What if she doesn't give a fuck?
No,
There are
she
those
does.
people. How do you know? There are those people who just don't give a fuck.
because she's a woman and she's 5'3" and she's put on more than like 10 pounds, it's just devastating for us. I'm 5'4" and I've been about 25 pounds heavier. I understand.
Still look good though.
You liked me when I was a little bit heavier.
Yeah,
you
I don't
say.
mind. I don't
You
mind.
said you liked it when I was a little bit thicker. So listen, it does show. It shows like nobody's business. You are right, sir. It shows. And
Right,
it does
and guys-
suck to have your formerly tight, hot body girlfriend all of a sudden not be that way.
I know, and if
I
she
get
looks,
it,
if
but-
she looks like she's a retired athlete in her 50s at 24, I mean, what is he supposed to do? He is 27.
So he is still at that shallow age where he's like, calling into question his relationship based on your partner's weight gain.
No,
That's the level of maturity he's at.
Nia, listen, that's a very serious fucking thing. To be that overweight at that age. I mean, if you do that to your body and you stay that way for 20 years, I mean, your body can only take that for so long. And when you're thinking about starting a family with somebody, they have to be around. They got to be involved. They can't be over in the corner, with no energy, lethargic, and then having, on top of that, all kinds of fucking health. That's another thing, too, Nia. You're not going to be able to get fucking health insurance. I mean, what she's doing really is affecting both of them. I'm not trying to be a dick here, but like...
They're not even engaged, though. This is just his girlfriend. That's how you get her to lose weight. You should propose. She'll lose weight with the quickness. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, but then once they get married, she's going to go right back to the Doritos.
Well, then that just means that there is a significant emotional thing that needs to be addressed. So
all that stuff that you did while you got her this great bike and a gym membership and all that stuff to support. First of all, that should tell you that a person is only going to change their lifestyle if they want to. Number one, that's the first lesson. That's with drugs or food or anything. Number two, that means you need to go deeper than just the kind of like, these are the things that you do to get healthy.
I got the answer
that
right
means
here.
you're either talking or you're suggesting therapy, or you go to therapy to talk about it or something. She probably needs to. If she's got like some sort of like eating
I have
addiction,
the answer.
food addiction or something.
I got the answer.
She's probably just fucking depressed. And when you're depressed, you smoke weed and you gain weight. Like, she's depressed. She's stressed out.
He needs to sit down and decide if it's worth it. If does he love this person enough to ride through this fucking storm? If you're not, if you don't feel that way, then you should just walk. Okay? And then breaking her heart is better than marrying her when you don't love her. So just break her heart. The stress of that and the sadness of that, she won't even be able to eat that big king every day, and she'll probably drop like 15.
Has he stopped loving her?
I don't
Because
know.
if that's the case, then
He's calling their relationship into question. So
And that's what I have a problem with.
I don't know why. Because he's being honest. Why can't you fucking be honest? Why can't guys be these who we are? We are visually. You know what I love about women is you fucking want to use that shit where visually attractive gets you a fucking drink or get you out of some shit. What do you mean? Ugh. Like that doesn't fucking work. You want to use it when it works for you, and then you want to use that weakness when it's to your fucking advantage, and then when it's the other way, you want us to be these fucking understanding goddamn people. You want us to be guys when it gets you a free fucking drink.
we want guys to love us whether we're like the hot body or we gain some weight. That's what we want. We want to not.
Yeah,
even,
you want your cake and eat
no,
it,
we
literally.
We want to not be. We want to live in a world where we don't have to even fucking have this conversation. That's what we want.
Yeah, I want to be rude and fat and selfish
that's you. That's
and
you guys.
shop
Actually,
and do whatever I want to do, and I want you to still
You guys are already
love
rude
me.
and fat and disgusting and ridiculous, and you get to do that.
As you
But women
interrupt me.
can't do that.
As you interrupt me, I'm rude.
We have to be like the hot body, otherwise you call our relationship into question.
Oh, so this one guy is everybody now?
He's not everybody, but we're talking about just a general
you know
scope
what?
of
You're
thing.
you're
You just
so
said
full of
women
shit.
like to do this and women like to do that, like it's all women. That's what I do. That's what I do.
Yeah, but I'm a moron. You're supposed to be a higher being. You're a female.
We are higher beings.
You're not.
Trust us.
You're not.
We
You're
are.
just as dumb as we are, just
No.
in different areas.
No.
You don't think so?
No. Being an emotional person makes you tuned into things that you, as a male, with your basic fucking basicness, can't understand. So we already are high, and we can like carry children. We've got some spiritual level shit that you'll never understand.
Exactly. And you know what we also have? We have some plow through some shit that you don't understand. That you don't understand.
Don't you think
because
you need
every
plow
time
through
you
some
look
shit
at
and
I
emotional
finish
shit?
a fucking thought.
No. Can't you be a
Jesus
plow through shit
Christ.
and an emotional? You need both of those things, don't you think?
Yeah, it's called the yin and the yang. But for some reason, you think your yang is better than my yin. And that's the fucking problem. And there's 50,000 shows on fucking TV. As much as you ladies complain about the images on TV, there's a zillion fucking things on TV that are telling you that you guys are right and guys are morons. Start with 90% of the fucking advertising when they show a man and a fucking woman in a relationship. Like that ridiculous one from a few years ago that I'll never fucking believe that they were actually, where she's sitting at the computer and the guy's outside, finds a beehive and literally sticks a broom handle up into the fucking thing. And is getting stung by bees because he's a dumb guy and she has to sit down and handle the family business at the fucking computer. Okay? Please do the chauvinistic version of that fucking commercial.
What do you mean, do the chauvinistic version of that? When the
Have the guy figuring out the family business on a fucking computer as she's sitting there looking through a fashion magazine or that's not even at the same level of ridiculousness. What is the female version of sticking a broom handle into a fucking beehive?
They're assuming that the woman is taking care of like the day-to-day run the household stuff, that the man is too busy working to figure out.
No.
So they're
Go with the metaphor.
So they're trying to appeal to a woman's sensibility so that she'll like the product. And then she'll buy it.
And what about,
that's all like
what about
it's
the
all
metaphor?
marketing.
No,
it's not like
what about the metaphor that's going on there? That he's such a moron. He's trying to stick his fucking pole into any goddamn hole he can find. That's
not knowing he can get stung at any moment.
Yeah. Almost him getting herpes. Okay, advice on men. Hey, bumbling Billy Boo.
I'll keep the question short to rescue you from the English language. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-bop. I get it. I suck at reading out loud. He goes, I'm a 20... Oh, she says, oh, my God, this is from a lady. I finally get a female to write in, and I trash her right out of the gate. I'm sorry, sweetheart. She says, I'm a 24-year-old girl, and I'd like to know your best piece of advice of understanding the human male species. Many thanks, but at the same time, go fuck yourself. Well, I'm sorry. You got to be a little more specific. I'll give you basically, generally speaking, Jesus Christ, what do you want to know? I would basically, you want to learn how to communicate with them better. Yeah, so you're doing the right thing. You're asking another person. This is actually a very smart question. Rather than sitting around with your female friends just going, I know, right? What is that? God. You sit there at a fucking wine bar, whining. This is what you do. You go across enemy lines and you ask, a traitor like me to read from the playbook. All right, how guys communicate. I can't say that we just say what we're thinking, because we have liars and passive-aggressive people and meandering little man boys. But generally speaking, the thing that confuses us the most, I did a bit, I can't remember if I did it on the special, but one time I was driving with Nia, and I said, hey, I want to get a chocolate shake. We were going by this diner. And she freaks out. She's like, oh, my God, they make the best chocolate shakes. And I go, I know, right? And she goes, yeah. And she just goes, oh, my God, but they're so big. She just kept saying they're so big. And after a while, I'm thinking, fuck, how the fuck am I going to drink this whole thing? And then immediately just clicked on me. It's like, they're not big. They're standard size. Wait a minute. She wants half of my shake, but she doesn't want to seem selfish. But she doesn't want all the calories of the full shake. But she doesn't want to look like she's taking away 50% of my good time. So rather than telling me that, she's trying to mind fuck me into thinking something that I drank a zillion times with ease is now too big. You know what I mean? So that's how you guys communicate. I don't know how we communicate. Because I can't just sit there and make it seem like guys are heroes, and where they would be like, listen, I'm trying to lose weight, so can I have half your shake? The only thing I tell you is you're 24 years old. You shouldn't understand them. You shouldn't understand guys. But it's hard for me to... I don't know what you're asking. Please write back. Please write back Advice on Men Part 2. Just do that again. Just fucking write back. Ask me something more specific, and I can help you out. But it's great that at 24 you're actually smart enough to ask guys to explain. Let's see. Best piece of advice. Here's a great piece of advice. Learn how to cook. All right? As stereotypical as that fucking sounds, I don't mean it in a sexist fucking way. All right? I don't. Don't be a slob and learn how to cook. Would put you ahead of 80% of fucking women out there. Because for some reason, somewhere along, Edith Wharton or that chick who sewed the flag, making a guy a sandwich became this absolutely degrading fucking thing to do. Yet guys still have to hold the doors and fucking buy drinks. Like, why we don't find that sexist, reverse sexist, or whatever the fuck you'd call it. I remember one time I was downstairs. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I was doing some pain-in-the-ass job. I was cleaning out something in the garage. And without me asking or anything, Nia came downstairs with this unbelievable sandwich she had made. Pickles, toothpick in it, the whole fucking 9 yards. And she brought something to drink downstairs too. And I stopped work and I sat down and ate it. It was one of the greatest moments of our relationship. All right, so that's some advice I would give you. Is guys we're very simple. And by simple, I don't mean stupid before you get on your fucking high horse. Okay? It's like an old school engine. You open the hood and everything's right there. Rear wheel drive, it's not turned to the side, jammed into the compartment, none of that bullshit. It's just fucking basic. You just do that every once in a fucking while. Guys will think, I have a keeper. And all you're doing is making a fucking sandwich. And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have the right to vote. It's fucking unreal. Cooking, and then you're not even cooking. All you're doing is just slapping shit together. You're building a little fucking food house. How difficult is that? That's what I don't understand. Like, I guess I kind of understand it, but like, cooking a meal for somebody is one of the greatest things you could ever do for them. All right, I'll leave it at that. So I would say something simple like that. This is how simple guys are. If you actually, every once in a while, just said, hey, do you want a beer? And you actually got up and went to the fridge and got a beer and brought it out, put it in a fucking frosted mug. I mean, personally speaking, I'm ready to go paint the house. Because that little move there, I feel like a fucking king. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Very simple. You know? Let him head out with his friends once a week. If they come over and they watch the game and you're not into the game, leave. Go in the other room or be a good shit and hang. But don't ruin his good fucking time. Jesus, I'm on a roll here now. Here's another one. Try to limit the amount of horrific shit you're going to drag him to. Now, he's obligated to go to some of it, but he has to have, just set it up and just say, listen, there's a bunch of shit that you do that I'm not going to be into. Right? Like tailgating on a golf course, peeing in a porta potty before a football game that you don't give a shit about. I don't want to be there for that. So I get to tap out of that. All right? And then the guy, he gets to tap out of like, I don't know, like what have I tapped out of one time, Nia wanted to take me to somebody's birthday party. They were having some fucking, you know, we're all going to dress like it's the gold rush or the fucking prohibition era. It's like, I don't want to fucking do that. And she gave me shit and I was just like, I don't want to do it. And she let me out of it. We laughed about it. I actually went there without a costume. I made a deal. We made a deal. I think I told this story. I'm fucking punch drunk. Yeah, I never know what the fuck I'm talking about. I showed up and I didn't wear a costume, which was hilarious because every other guy was fucking dressed like Charlie Chaplin. And I show up in street clothes and they're looking at me like I'm a magician. And then I left early because that's right, because I would have watched the Celtics were playing the Lakers in the finals that year when we beat them. And I would have missed it if Nia wasn't so fucking cool. So that's what I would do. And if you actually do shit like that, you know, you put yourself on this solid ground with the guy that you're with, where now there's no reason for him to be an asshole to you or be mean to you because you're being so nice to him. It really kind of works that way. It kind of feeds off each other. That's the best I can do without a specific question. All right? So there you go. And, you know, fuck everybody who's going to say that, you know, what I just said was sexist. You know, go fuck yourself. I don't think it's, you know, you're on a date with your woman, you go and you open the car door for her. You still do that shit. If I can do that, you can go get me a fucking beer. Christ, it's a twist off. What, are you going to hurt your wrist? Yeah, you know something? That would be my advice. Stop acting like a kicker. You know how much it fucking annoys me that every time a kicker makes a tackle, he gets hurt? I just don't understand that. Jesus fucking Christ. Put some cream on it and get back out there and fucking throw your feet around. Okay. Drunk girlfriend issue. This is the last one on the podcast. Hey, Billy Bob Burton. I'm a big fan of yours, fellow Bostonian, suburb guy as well, and I love the podcast. I have some relationship issues that I'd like your input on, if you would be so kind. You fuck. All right, I've been dating my girlfriend for over 4 years. I am 26, she's 25. We moved in together in September 2013 because I thought things were going well. Well, we have some issues, and I'm not sure what to do. Besides the usual fights over things, where I think logically and present my side of the argument well with facts that are relative to the subject, and she rambles about how I'm a mama's boy and have a small dick. Well, yeah, I guess, in other words, you're probably right, so she's just capitulated, and then I was just insulting you. Granted, this is your version of it. Anyways, he said, my biggest issue is her drinking. More specifically, how she acts when she's drunk. When we are drinking in public, sitting with a large group of people, she drinks too much and always blacks out. This is typically not a normal thing. It only happens once every few months, but over the holiday season, it happened every weekend while at company Christmas parties, hers and mine, friends' houses, and while on a pub crawl. I have two big issues with her blacking out like that. One is that she only drinks excessively when other people, mainly her bitchy best friend, insist that my girlfriend should drink a lot,
even though my girlfriend has a very low tolerance for alcohol. It's to the point that her best friend will say things to her like, if you don't take this shot, I hate you, / you're not my friend. Jesus Christ. And she's being serious. I have spoken with my girl repeatedly about how I feel that that's not a good idea or right to allow a friend to do that to her, and my girlfriend replies that she's not going to say no to her best friend no matter what. Jesus Christ. This is like a textbook codependent relationship here. My second issue is that when she blacks out, once I get her in the car or cab to take her home, she gets really quiet and starts saying she hates our relationship, she hates me, she hates living with me, she wishes we would break up, among other similar things. Once she sleeps it off and wakes up hungover, she has no recollection of what she said to me the night prior, and she says that they're drunk words and they mean nothing. Oh, God. I do not think that way. It legitimately hurts my feelings, and it has happened so often recently that I've been weighing my options about whether it's time to end this relationship and move on. I'm not sure I'm just being a pussy and need to get over it, or if I have a legitimate gripe here. Dude, you totally have a legitimate gripe. He says, I care about my girlfriend a lot, and until recently I was beginning to think about proposing marriage to her at some point. Dude, you cannot on any fucking level propose to this girl with this shit on the table right now. He said, I had planned it in my head that if we were going to live together for 2 years, then we had the right stuff for marriage. With all this drinking stuff, though, I'm not sure where to go. If you have any tips or advice, I'd greatly appreciate it. Go fuck yourself. Can't wait to see a new special in 2014. Hope you perform in Boston. All right. Yeah, dude. First things first, do not on any level propose marriage to this woman. At all. On any fucking level. What you have to do is you got to put your foot down. All right? You have to say both things that you brought up, provided you're being honest with me, you are 100% in the right. And you have to just say, look, you can't drink like that anymore. And you can't have a relationship with your friend like that anymore. Actually, you can because you are a free individual. But if you're going to be, then I want out of this relationship. I'm not going to be with somebody who drinks like that, and more specifically drinks like that because a friend is making her drink like that. And second of all, you know, I don't, you know, there's an expression out there that, what does it say? A drunk man's words or a sober man's thoughts? I don't know. I would, oh shit, this is Bartnick. Hold on one second. Hang on. Joey B, just wrapping up the podcast. I'll be outside in 2 minutes, okay? All right, see you. Yeah, so I would basically, okay, so let's just compartmentalize this thing, okay? If that first issue, just the drinking thing, I would just lay down the gauntlet. If you want to be with me, and you know, I'm not going to be in a relationship with that going on. That's unacceptable. I respect the fact if you still want to do it, but if you still want to do it, then you're moving out or I'm moving out, and we're not going to be a couple anymore because I'm not tolerating that. And you're well within your right to do that. And it's a great thing to say at 26 years of old to get some sort of self-esteem within a relationship and have some ground rules with yourself. This is your half of the circle. What do I want and what am I willing to put up with? Where is my line? You found your line, and you tell her that that's where it is. You don't have to be a jerk. You don't have to get angry. Just say, this is my line. And I totally respect if you want to live on the other side of the line. I'm just not going to live with you doing that. This other shit where she says she hates the relationship and wishes that you broke up. If it happened one time, whatever, she does that every fucking time. I think those are her honest words. And I honestly would seriously consider getting the fuck out of that relationship. I think you guys have both been in a relationship for a long time. You got into it when you were really young. Maybe she still wants to explore, see what the fuck's out there. I have no idea, but that is a major, major fucking red flag. I don't buy it. And I also don't buy that she's 100% drinking like that because her friend is making her do it. I think she wants to drink like maybe she's drinking like that because she's not happy in the relationship. I don't know. There's a bunch of major red flags, and you're 100% in the right. You're not being a pussy. You're being fucking mature, and you're saying what you want. Fuck this, dude. You don't want some drunk with some drunk fucking friend who then gets hammered and says they don't want to be with you. When you dream, is that your dream girl when you sit there in fantasy? Kick this bitch to the curb. I've had it with her. I'm not even in the fucking relationship. You could do better. All right? I'm not saying she's not the one, but she needs to grow the fuck up. Don't say it like that, but that's what I believe. And that's my thoughts, and I'm sticking with it.